Now, I know you guys remember this exact moment. Spoilers, by the way, if you guys have not watched episode 109 and 110. But this thing was fucking beautiful. This was fucking magical. This is the moment where Dragon Ball Super proved that it can still give the chills, that feeling of just badassery from fans young and old. This is the moment that everyone's been waiting for. This battle has been so hyped up. But why? Why was it so hyped up? Of course, we're talking about Goku going Ultra Instinct. But what is it? What is this new transformation? What were the inspirations behind it? You know, what does it do? What does it change in Goku? And that's something we're going to be taking a look at today. To see the inspiration behind Ultra Instinct, we got to look at the creator himself. Akira Toriyama, shown here. He's always been a big fan of movies. And it's no secret. If you look at throughout the history of Dragon Ball Z, and even Dragon Ball Super, you will see how big of an influence that he had by different movies. Give an example. Trunks' storyline was basically Terminator. Hell, even the actual name itself was influenced by Bruce Lee's movie Enter the Dragon in 1973. Now, I'm going into Bruce Lee particularly because this is where Ultra Instinct actually comes from. It's from his teachings. Here, I'll show you a little clip.
Now, what is this thing you do?
In Cantonese, Jeet Kune Do, the way of the intercepting fist.
Intercepting fist, huh?
Or foot. Come on, touch me. Any way you can. You see? To reach me, you must move to me. Your attack offers me an opportunity to intercept you. In this case, I'm using my longest weapon, my sidekick, against the nearest target, your kneecap. This can be compared to your left jab in boxing, except it's much more damaging.
I see. Well, speaking of a left jab...
Oh, this time I intercept your emotional tenseness. You see, from your thought to your fist, how much time was lost.
Not much.
Sounds pretty familiar, right? These same teachings are basically what Whis has been trying to show Goku and Vegeta.
I'm quite disappointed. Neither of you yet possess the necessary speed. Look, I even signed both of your tops.
What? When did you do that?
You two are still thinking before you move, rather than just moving. I'm afraid this habit is especially strong with you, Vegeta. This overthinking is limiting your fighting speed. Messages can only travel through your nervous system so fast. When you rely on thoughts for physical action, you lose precious fighting time. Your end goal should be to master the ability to have each part of your body think and move independently of the other parts. But I admit this is exceedingly difficult. In fact, not even Lord Beerus has mastered it, and he's a god.
That quote right there is the reason why all of the gods reacted the way they did when Goku finally achieved that form. But how did that happen? How did he all of a sudden close the gap within a split second? Now, in this scene, prior to Goku achieving his Ultra Instinct form, you have Goku and Jiren, two opposing forces with such massive speed, such massive energy, pushing this Spirit Bomb, giant Spirit Bomb, which, if you saw the episode, Roshi says that if it would have hit him, it would have worked. It would have hurt him or destroyed him. So you're talking about a massive amount of energy. And then you have two giant forces basically squishing the Spirit Bomb all together. So what ends up happening? A black hole is created. Now for the scientific portion. To make a black hole, one must concentrate mass or energy sufficiently that the escape velocity from the region in which it is concentrated exceeds the speed of light. Now, I don't know about you, but we all been seeing this Tournament Power for like, what, 10, 12 episodes already? You know these motherfuckers are going fast. But anyways, in 1974, Stephen Hawking argued that due to quantum effects, black holes evaporate by a process now referred to as Hawking radiation, in which elementary particles are emitted. His calculation shows that the smaller the size of the black hole, the faster the evaporation rate, resulting in a sudden burst of particles as the micro black hole suddenly explodes. you had basically a small black hole, a micro black hole that evaporated. And when you see the evaporation, the final portion of this scene occurs. Conjecture for the final fate of the black hole includes total evaporation and production of a Planck mass-sized black hole remnant. Such Planck mass black holes may in effect be stable objects if the quantized gaps between their allowed energy levels bar them from emitting Hawking particles or absorbing energies gravitationally like a classical black hole. And when you see the actual black hole evaporate, because it doesn't explode, it just evaporates, you see the particles in which we're talking about now. Now here's the thing, if you look closely, Goku does not get disintegrated, he gets pulled in, because that's what happened. A black hole is created, he gets pulled in. Now he himself is fighting his hardest to not get pulled in, which is causing more energy. So this is why he actually did not absorb the energy. If a way to create artificial micro black holes were discovered, they could provide an abundant energy source by absorbing and converting their Hawking radiation. This is an abundant energy source. So now we're seeing a little bit of what actually ended up happening to Goku. In this one scene in particular, Whis states that the actual spirit bomb itself doesn't explain why he's able to obtain this mode. But what it does is that the spirit bomb acts like a battery so that Goku can actually use this form. That's his energy source. It's not because of the bomb itself. That didn't trigger. That didn't cause him to become Ultra Instinct. That triggered the potential that was already inside of him to become Ultra Instinct Goku or Limit Breaker Goku. There's like 20 different names now for it. So now that we know what actually happened to him, what does this mean? What changed inside of him? Let's take a look at the first scene that he actually appears in. When you see him appear, his body, his movements, his posture, completely very different. Very relaxed. But one thing you will notice, it is very focused. When he looks at Jiren, you see Bruce Lee's teachings come alive.
In this position, your arms are useless.
Yeah.
Can you kick or stomp me?
No.
Then, if you wish to survive, what do you do?
I don't know.
Bite.
Bite.
Are we not animals? You all right?
I can't find much evidence to the contrary, Lee. Bite, huh?
Biting is efficient in close quarter, but don't make a plan of biting. That is a very good way to lose your teeth.
There's so much to remember.
If you try to remember, you will lose. Empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. Put it into a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or creep or drip or crash. Be water, my friend.
Now that quote is pretty much very important for many reasons. Okay, you see in this scene here, Goku's not thinking, he's just doing. He's just acting naturally. An animalistic instinct, the instinct to survive, the instinct to fight. He's not thinking, he's just doing. And this is what catches Jiren off guard and what makes everyone afraid of him, because now he's reached that level of Ultra Instinct where he is the weapon, not something that needs to be thought, just something that does. An uncontrollable sense of instinct to fight. his body now moves without any sense of thought, without any waste of energy, which is why he's able to grab these two so quickly, without any hesitation at all. This next scene takes us back to that animal comment that Bruce Lee made. In this scene, he's fighting Jiren as hard as he can, with as much power as he can. But one thing he realizes midway through the fight, he feels it, that he's slipping. He's not able to hold this Ultra Instinct power. Why? Because he's not mastered it yet, and because his body energy is depleting. And just like an animal that is backed into a corner, he fights back ferociously. Alright guys, I hope you really enjoyed that thorough in-depth look at Ultra Instinct, what actually happened to Goku to achieve that, as well as the inspirations behind that. I'll be honest with you, this is the first time I did a video like this, and frankly, I've actually really enjoyed it. It was pretty fun. So let me know if you guys liked that, and if you did, slap that like button in the face, like it was freaking Goku throwing Topu and that bunny guy, like, because he literally just tossed him like nothing. It was fucking beautiful. Anyways, like I said, if you did like that, please do leave a like. It definitely helps give me that motivation to make more videos. On top of that, it's also good if you subscribe, because that way you guys see new content from me, especially when I finally think of what the hell else to make. On that note, if you guys have anything in particular you want me to tackle on a certain subject or anything of that nature, let me know in the comment section down below. Love you guys. I'll see you guys on the next upload. Deuces.